back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this really gorgeous look using my Colourpop and Dinsney collection. This is their Midnight Masquerade palette, and I picked up everything else from my collection basically. So, of course, what do you expect from me? Amazing color scheme on this palette. I really like it. It's so pretty. The glitter, the shimmers, and of course the packaging you cannot forget. So if you picked anything up from this collection, please let me know, and let's get into it. So we're first going to start off by priming our eyelids. Today I'm using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Primer. Then I'm going to set my eyeshadow primer. This is a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury powder and a little bit of the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Loose Setting Powder in Banana. I'm going to take my Morphe E20. I'm also going to tap a little bit on the eyebrows. Today I'm going to be using the Dinsney and Colourpop collection. This is the designer collection at Midnight Masquerade. I actually got this when it first launched, but I just haven't had time to really film a video on the full collection that I got. So I'm super excited because this packaging is so adorable. Like, I also got like all the Luxe lipsticks. Luxe Liquid Lips, and look how gorgeous these decals look. I don't even know if they're decals, maybe. I think they're embossed in there. And the blushes and highlighters, so gorgeous. I mean, you know, I'm such a big Dinsney fan, so this collection really spoke to me on a personal level. So let's get started. And this is what the whole eyeshadow palette look like. It's so gorgeous, and I love that it's like not like a regular rectangular square. You open it, you see all of the princesses that they chose for this collection, which it's not gonna focus. So gorgeous, like, oh. Okay, we're gonna be focusing a lot on like the purpley pinky shades, and I want to use this glitter. It looks so gorgeous. I'm first gonna start with my Morphe JH30, and I'm going to take the color Pip right here, which is like a light brownie mauvey pink color, really beautiful transition shade. Just make sure it's like super blended, everything is seamless, no harsh lines. Take my JH573. I'm going to take the shade Enchanted right here, which is a really pretty light peachy pink. I'm going to apply that to the outer corners. These two colors are really gorgeous, actually. Then I'm going to go in with this shade called Damsel, and we're just going to lay it over top of Enchanted with the same brush. And whatever I have left, I'm going to take it into the inner corners just to make sure they're all blended. Everything is kind of meshed in together very nicely. Take the JH33, and I'm going to take the shade right here called Nutmeg, which is a really pretty orangey, like red color. And I'm going to apply that to the outer corners. I'm actually going to mix in a little bit of the color New Dream right here next to it, this really purpley pretty shade. And deepen it up. I'm going to go back with my JH30 and blend. Taking a little bit of Pip, which is our first transitional shade, and I'm just going to add that back in. Grabbed a little bit of the Jolly shade, and I'm going to take my Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Mist. I'm going to mist it a little bit to amplify. And this, I just must say, it smells amazing. It has an amazing mister. So going to apply it. Oh, that's gorgeous. I'm going to go ahead and take my Morphe M433, taking Gaston and Quasimodo. I'm going to blend out the outer corners. And then I'm blending it inwards. I'm not really doing like a half cut crease, like kind of, but not really. I'm not going to carve it out with concealer or anything, but I'm just going to leave it more carved out using the eyeshadow brush. Now we're going to go ahead and take the Floating Lantern shade the glitter shade, which is gorgeous. I'm going to take my ring finger. I'm just going to like pat it in, because if I like swirl my finger around, it's going to be a lot and I don't really want too much. So I'm just going to tap it off, see what comes off, and I use my eyeshadow brush that I used with the shimmery shade and just kind of move the glitter around. You can kind of tell when I look at a certain angle, but I'm just gonna try to pat it inwards. Pat it into the shadow. Now we're going to move on to the complexion. I'm going to go ahead and apply some liquid highlighter. I will be using the Becca Cosmetics Shimmering Skin Perfector in Topaz. I'm going to shake it up. This is a little bit of a more bronzy tan shade, which is fine. I'm using my IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Complexion brush in number 7. Just going to apply that. This gives me like a nice tan complexion. Go ahead and take my beauty blender and just blend it out further. As for foundation, I've actually discovered a new love for a foundation. This is the Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-Hour Wear Foundation. I'm in the color 2.12, which is light neutral with a neutral undertone. I love this foundation. It's truly amazing. It has amazing coverage. It lasts for a long time. It keeps my oily skin at bay. I love it. And it doesn't feel heavy either. I'm going to go ahead and take a foundation brush. This is my Sigma Foundation F60. And apply it. I'm going to go ahead and apply the foundation with my Smashbox Blurring Foundation brush. I'm just going to take a little bit onto the brush. A little crazy right now. And I'm going to blend it in. And I actually have been really enjoying these brushes. A lot of people rave about the Smashbox brushes, so I had to pick it up, and they're so soft, so soft. And so I applied my foundation. I look a little scary right now, so don't mind that. So we're going to go ahead and give my face a little bit more dimension. I'm going to take my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Ginger just to cover up my dark circles, kind of correct them, and also fix up the shape of my eyeshadow. And I'm going to go ahead and let this get a little bit more tacky because I do like to let it set for just a little bit, and I feel like it gives me even more coverage than it usually does. And I'll be right back. So I went ahead and blended out my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. We're going to go ahead and do my highlighting concealer. My favorite concealers are the Jouer Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealers in Creme Brulee and Wheat. I like to use 2 different colors because one is a little bit too yellow and one is a little bit too light for me. So I'm going to start off with Creme Brulee, which is the deeper concealer shade. The one thing about the Smashbox concealer that you should worry about is that it does dry a little bit faster than normal, like more liquidy concealers, so you have to blend it out quite quickly. But I do really like this foundation because it does look really gorgeous throughout the day. So, I mean, it looks really nice when I first apply it, but it looks gorgeous throughout the day when my oils kind of come through a little bit, and the finish is just amazing. So I do recommend it for those who are oily like myself. And if you are drier, I would recommend, like, if you want to try this foundation, to kind of prep your skin really well. Like, do a moisturizer, a really good moisturizer, and maybe oil. I do prime my face with oil, so it is really moisturizing, and oil really helps those with oily skin. So, and blend this out. Even though this is like hydrating and it has a lot of hyaluronic acid, I don't like to let this one set for too long. Per usual, I like to take my Morphe E28 and I like to blend the concealer and my shadows together to make sure that it's seamless. I'm going to go ahead and set and bake my face. I'm using my my Charlotte Tilbury powder and as well as my Fenty Beauty powder. I'm going to go ahead and look up, blend out any creasing that there may be. I don't want to set any of those creases. Alright, so while we wait for our baking to kind of set in a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and set the rest of my face. I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in number 2. Looks like this. My favorite face powder. You guys all need to try it. You won't regret it. I'm using my Luxe Beauty 520 Tapered Face. And just pat in. Since it's set in just a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and dust it off. I'm going to be using my Morphe E49, a small kind of triangular shaped brush. And then I like to go over with the brush once more just to make sure that everything is set. I'm going to bronze up the face. I'm going to be using my Benefit Cheek Parade palette, and it looks a little jacked up, so don't mind it. It's well loved. So this used to be Hoola Light, which I use to contour my nose. And I'm going to be using the regular Hoola to bronze up my face. I'm going to be using the Morphe E3. Go ahead and contour my face. I'm using my Tarte Park Avenue Princess Contour Palette. This is my Morphe E4. And I'm just going to dip in a little bit of all of the little contour shades. And I'm brushing up. It kind of like lifts the cheeks. I'm really liking how this look is turning out. Like, I really love my eye look. Really did not practice it at all or anything. I'm going to go ahead and blend out my face using the Real Techniques 103. I'm now going to go ahead and carve out the bronzer and I'm going to carve out my contour. Okay, so I went ahead and applied some lashes. These are my KoKo Lashes Goddess. My mascara is the Lancome Grandiose Mascara. And I'm also using the NARS Bigger Than Life eyeliner, or Larger Than Life eyeliner in black. I also took the Dose of Colors eyeliner in dark roast. This one is a little bit hard to blend. I'm not a fan of it, really. But I love the other colors. I smudged it out a little bit, and now I'm going to take my Midnight Masquerade palette, and I'm going to take the color Merryweather right here, which is a deep blue. I kind of want to use that and mix it together. I'm going to mix it with a little Quasimodo. And I'm going to blend it on my lower lash line. I'm going to take my Dose of Colors shader brush, and I'm going to blend out the shade on the lower lash line. Taking a little bit of Pip from the transition shade, I'm going to blend. I went ahead and dusted off my bake under my contour. Now I'm going to apply some blush. So within this collection, they came out with 4 blushes, which I will show you. Oh my god, okay. I thought I was going to nick one of them. So these are the 4 blushes it came with. Right here is a really hot pink, bright pink one, which is not really coming through on the video. This one right here is a really pretty cool toned pink. Really light baby pink, which is a little bit warmer, and then this warm pinky shade right here, kind of like a warm mauve. This one is called Kissin' a Frog. This one is Enchanted Mirror. And the light baby pink one is called Floating Lanterns. And this one is called Court of Miracles. So I think I'm going to go ahead and mix in these 2 right here, which is Enchanted Mirror and Kissin' the Frog. I'm going to go ahead and take my Luxe 504 Large Angled. I'm going to go ahead and take Enchanted Mirror first, because that one is not as shimmery, and this one is more shimmery, which is Kissin' the Frog. Some highlight. The collection also came with 4 highlights. There is this really pretty purpley one, which is called Big Tough Girl. Really pretty, like icy purpley lavender. We have this one called Andalasia right here, which is a really pretty warm, kind of, it could pass as a blush topper for me. I'm very pale, so really pretty warm golden rose gold highlight. And then we have this one right here, which is called Coronation, which is a really pretty, like, I want to say like a light golden highlighter. And then this one right here, which is kind of like an icy champagne, which is called Horse and Carriage. I think I'm going to mix these two right here. My Anastasia A23. Ooh, that is... Woo. I'm going to go ahead and take the 231 Small Tapered from Luxe. That is so pretty. I'm going to go ahead and blend it out with my Real Techniques brush again. I'm going to go ahead and set my brows. This is the e.l.f. Wow Brow in the color, I think there's just one shade, but this is amazing. You guys definitely all need to try it. I think it was like less than $5. It's just really tiny and it really helps my brows look more fluffy and more full. It's great. I'm going to go ahead and set my face. This is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. Like I said, this is really nice because it really moisturizes the skin and as well as has a really beautiful spritz look. Like, amazing. I don't know if you can see that, but can you see that? I'm just like spritzing everything. Like, it's just like so nice. Guys, I am back and I went ahead and applied some lower lash line mascara. It is my Maybelline Lash Discovery, and we're gonna go on and move on to the lips. With this collection, Colourpop launched a new liquid lip formula. It's called the Luxe Liquid Lip, which is supposed to be very similar to the Luxe lipsticks, obviously, but more wearable and longer wear time. And of course, I picked up all of them, and as mentioned, like, Colourpop kills it with the packaging every single time. How cute these are. So gorgeous. And then there's more. There is more. So gorgeous. I love them. I'm saving these boxes because they're so cute. So right here we have Phobos, which is kind of like a magenta pinky color. I don't think I'll be wearing it for this look because I don't think it'd go very well. And Flynn, which is like a mauvey nude. Gorgeous. These boxes, so I'm putting them back. Wonder Boy. A reddish pinky color. We have Prince Philip, which is like a red, like a magenta red. Prince Naveen. Right here is kind of like an orangey terracotta shade. It kind of doesn't look like that on camera. Have Prince Charming, which is Cinderella, obviously. And this one is like a baby pink. Have Beast. This is a nude. I think I'm going to wear this. It's like a really pretty nudie shade. Then we have Prince Edward, which is like a peachy pink. Like a magenta peachy pink. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous shades. There's kind of like, I feel like they kind of all look the same. I feel like they're all, and then the caps are like shimmery blue. I'm gonna go with BFF2 from Colourpop. This formula as well. It's a really pretty doe, not pretty, like doe food, kind of slants up a little. Has like a moussey texture. Really lightweight. I really like that. It's not thick or anything. It kind of feels like their ultra blotted lip. In a sense, I don't know if that's like the way they were going, but these are for sure more full coverage. Alright you guys, this is the end of my tutorial. I really enjoyed everything from this collection. You guys know I'm a big fan of Colourpop and all of their launches. If you know me, you know that I'm a big Disney fan, so this collection was so up my alley. I love the color scheme and the pigmentation was amazing. Their glitters are always great, and the names and the pictures of the princesses, like, I just die and I love them. So I would highly recommend taking a look at this collection if you haven't already. I know I'm like pretty behind on their collections right now, but better late than never, and I highly recommend taking a look because these are amazing. So if you want If you want to see more videos from me, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and follow me on my social media channels, and I'll see you guys in my next one.